everyone, and welcome to another episode of Don't Wait Till Pigs Fly, a podcast conversation with successful business owners who share their secrets of thriving in business while living with chronic illness. Here's Nancy Becher.
Hey everybody, I am Nancy, the Chief Flying Pig Wrangler, and I help women business owners with chronic illness map out their journey and implement new systems in their business so that it can function more efficiently. Do you need better systems to scale your company? Would you like to have some productivity hacks to get you through the day? Do you have a chronic illness? Well, here at Don't Wait Till Pigs Fly, we have conversations that share the tools and mindsets others use to make our businesses grow more easily. Today is going to be a little bit different, but I'm hoping you guys are really going to love it. And I know it's going to give you some great insights into what we do here and how we're going to be able to help you. So grab your pens and paper and get started taking notes. It's going to be good. You know, and I kick myself for saying this because it's not what you're supposed to say when you're in business. But I started this business years ago because I saw people who needed help and were struggling and wanted so badly to have successful, resource-filled businesses, and they just didn't know how to do it. So for over 35 years, I've worked with businesses, just helping them grow and prosper. And then 7 years ago, I was in a really bad hit and run car accident. And it took me from traveling all over the country, doing training sessions and motivational programs with clients, to being stuck in a bed, in a wheelchair, not even being able to get out of the bed to go to the bathroom. And for over a year, I sat there just curled up in a ball saying, I'm worthless. I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do anymore. And then one morning I got smacked in the head by something falling out of heaven and telling me, get off your sorry butt and get out there. You're not dying from this. You've got to make life changes. And when you make those life changes, you now have a mission. And that mission is to help others who are in similar circumstances realize that they can do it too. They don't have to just give up. Even if people are saying, oh, you're just being lazy, or you don't look like there's anything wrong with you. All of those kinds of statements that we hear on a regular basis. I literally got yelled at one day in the parking lot of a shopping mall because I had handicap stickers on my car, but I wasn't parked in a handicap spot. And I was yelled at because I was taking up a spot from somebody else when I could be parked in a handicap spot. How dare I? It's like we get the entire gamut of other people's emotions. And I think part of it's because they don't understand. They feel uncomfortable because they don't know what we're going through and they don't know what to say to us. So it's just easier for them to go, you're just faking it or whatever. But that has a horrible impact on our psyches, on our mentality. And we find ourselves not living up to our potential, the things that we want to do and feel called to do, we don't do because we don't think we can. And that's why I do this. I want to help people realize that you are still valuable. You are still a very needed and necessary part of our society, in that we as a country are losing so much when we put you guys in the corner and don't allow you to be the brilliant people you are. And I think that brings up a really good point too, that there are times when we maybe just don't feel like doing something. There are times when we have to push through and do something anyway. And it's like yesterday, and my husband and I go down to the VA for my husband for things that he has going on. And I did not want to go yesterday, but I hate him being out on those roads without me, because I'll just sit and worry about him the whole time he's gone if I'm not with him. So I did not feel good yesterday, but I said, all right. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get dressed and get out on the road so he could get to his doctor's appointment. But I'll tell you, we did it. I was fine the whole time we were there. I got back into the car and I went to sleep. It was all I could do. Today, I'm going, I don't really want to do this, but it's important and I need to do it. And I'm excited about doing it. And I really am just being lazy today if I don't do the thing that I have on my schedule. But that doesn't mean I have to work the entire day. I do the things I need to do, and then I take a break. And you could do that too. We've talked a little bit on earlier shows, but maybe not all of the listeners know what spoons are. And I think that's really important, because I talk to my clients all the time about sitting down and figuring out for themselves what are the best times of day for them. What are the kinds of things that it takes a lot of energy for them to do? And what are the kinds of things that they either can give to somebody else or can just put aside for the day and do it when you've got a little bit more energy? Track your time, where you're spending your time. I could sit and answer emails all day long, but if I have to do 2 or 3 podcasts a day, I'm done for. So I've learned, do 1 podcast a day. It just, you have to figure those things out. And people roll their eyes at me as they say, oh, I know what I have to try to figure all of that out. And I said, well, until you do, you're not going to have the best life or the best business that you can have, because you're going to be fighting up current. A couple of years ago when we were talking about COVID, I'm going, it didn't really affect me because I've been working from home for a long time. So it doesn't affect me that I don't go out, but it's affected the rest of the world. And so the things that have affected me over the last year are trying to teach the people that I work with new technology. It's still, for a lot of people, using Zoom is still a relatively new technology, and Zoom is constantly changing. But you've got to learn these things. And I find that oftentimes we're so busy and we're dealing with so much on our physical level and all of those things that, oh God, I just can't take on one more thing. I can't learn one more technology. So my biggest struggles are getting out there, talking to people and telling them it's okay. We're going to do this together, to actually get them to believe in me and hear me and not look at me as though I'm just one of those people who's trying to sell me something. I do care if you buy from me, because I want you to have the best business you can. But that's not really my main objective. My main objective is just to see that you are getting aha moments and that you're able to grow your business and maintain your health at the same time, and learn the technologies and the structures and the processes that are going to make it easier. Teaching you that it's going to take time, it's going to be hard, it's going to take an effort to get to the place where it doesn't take any of this anymore. That seems kind of backwards from what we want. We want it to be easy. Well, I'm telling them it's not going to be easy in the beginning. And when I say things like that, people go, oh, I don't want to talk to you. You're telling me I'm going to have to work, go away. So I think that really is the biggest struggle that I've had over the last year or two, is just showing people that I really do, number one, care. And number two, even though it is going to be hard, I'm going to be right there with you, helping you. You've got to be able to enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, then go do something else. One of the things that I find the most enjoyable, and I think it's the best part of my business, is when I get people contacted. You guys can't, this is audio, not video, so you can't see my screen. But if you could see in back of me, I have an entire bookcase and an entire room that's filled with flying pigs. And most of them are presents from clients. Or I'll be talking to somebody and they'll say, oh, you're the flying pig lady, aren't you? And, that just brings joy to my heart, because people are laughing with me, not at me, but with me. We're having fun together in the process of growing our businesses. And you cannot believe the number of gurus out there who have told me, oh, you've got to get rid of the flying pig. People don't understand that. People don't know what that means. That's just silly. And I say, well, stop and think about it. What does "don't wait till pigs fly" mean? And they'll go, well, it means that pigs aren't ever going to fly, so you might as well get off your butt and do it now. And I went, exactly. If you just sit there. But if you can take the initiative and get out there and start working, and you can forget the wings, but you can strap the rocket on the back of that pig and light the ignition, that pig is going to soar high. And that's what we as businesses need to do, is light that rocket on our back so that we can climb up there and fly higher and get that business going. I think it's a wonderful visual, and there ain't no way I'm getting rid of it. One of the things that I'm going to be doing in the future is, and I've already got about 6 people signed up for it, so I'm really excited, is 1 podcast a month. Is I'm actually going to bring on a client, and that client and I are going to go on a journey together. I have a program called the Flight Plan, and it's a workbook that gives you the ability to dig down deep into where you want to go with your business, and how do you see that business looking in the next year to 5 years, and how much money do you want to be making? Who do you want to work with? The whole gamut of everything that everybody always says, well, who's your ideal client? And how much money? And well, this Flight Plan does that, but it does it in a different way. And then after we've gone through all of that together, then we are actually going to start the process of how are we going to do this? And I'm going to give them online their first steps in growing their business. And by doing that, not only is the client going to receive some great information, but they're going to receive people knowing about them. So there's the possibility that they're going to get business from it, just all kinds of things. It's kind of along the lines of the Restaurant Impossible and Bar Rescue shows that have been out there on TV, where we're actually going to go in and help the client figure out their next steps. And I'm really excited about it. And the people that we've got signed up are really excited about it. And so I am looking for more people who would be interested in doing that, because it does give them inspiration. Back to what you were saying about the inspiration and the fun along the way and all of that, that is also important, because if you're there's a difference between being in business and being a business owner. And many, many, many of the people who are in business are employees to their business. But when you're a business owner, you sit back and you look at the big picture and you say, oh, last year at this time, I was making $5 a week. And today, after putting all of this effort into doing all of this, I'm up in the 6 figures. Isn't that exciting? But when you're doing the employee gig, you never see that. You don't see the growth. You don't see the successes. And today, for me, a success is getting up here and doing this podcast. I count that as a big success, So I just think it's really important that we figure out what we can do as business owners and how we can do it and have fun doing it. People say, well, I want to make money. And that's true. If you're in business, you do want to make money. Well, how much money? You got to figure out how much money do you want to make? How are you going to make it? And there's got to be an additional why. And for me, the why is not only seeing other people succeed, but it's so I can share in their success just by watching them. And I can have fun along the way, and I get to know people, and I get to be a part of their journey. And, I just get goosebumps thinking about it because it really is such a big thing for me. Sometimes it's about you, and to say that, well, I started my business because I want to go on vacations. I started my business because I want to spend more time with family and friends. That's very possibly true. But there's got to be more to it than that, I think. Sometimes I don't think we know it. And that's why I do the flight plan, is because the whole first part of this flight plan, before we're ever going to get on stage or before you ever buy the program, is to sit there in the quiet and just close your eyes and let your feelings and your thoughts come to the top, bubble up. And, and at that point, and I'll tell you a story. When I did this, the last time I did it, and I need to do it again, but the last time I did it, I had been the editor and publisher and first main writer for a business magazine that I had been doing for 11 years. And it was in Barnes and Nobles. It was in all the different bookstores. You could buy it online. It was a 64-page, full color, glossy stock business magazine. It was the real deal. It looked like entrepreneur. It looked like success, all those things. And I spent my life working on that magazine. And I loved it. Every bit of it. I loved it. It was so exciting. And then I had the accident. And I couldn't do what I used to do. And I had to depend more on writers, and I had to depend on salespeople, and I had to this and that and the other thing. And it became painful. And when I did the flight plan, I was looking at where did I see myself in 5 years? And it talked about what came, and I just wrote without even thinking about it. I just wrote things down. And I talked about my mastermind. I talked about writing books. I talked about all these different things that I'm now doing. But when I went back and read it, there was not one word about the magazine in that entire scenario. And I quit that day. I closed it down, and I have not, I'll go, I'll see Facebook, thank you very much, will pop up reminders of the pictures from, 8 years ago and that kind of thing. And I go, I miss the magazine. But I don't. It was probably one of the most significant exercises I have ever done for myself. And I highly think everybody, I don't care if you've been in business for 5 minutes or for 10 years. I don't care. I think you need to do this at least once a year. To wrap things up, usually I will say, often after a podcast, people want to know about what we do at Business Success Unlimited. However, today, you already know that. So if you're interested in talking to me further, my contact info is in the show notes. And right now we're getting set up for the kickoff of a new branch of my mastermind program. It's called The Gathering, and it's a place where we all get together to share. It's a group of business owners who are all having similar issues running their business. They're looking for support, for guidance, for accountability, a bit of training, and a lot of fun. That word just keeps coming up over and over again, doesn't it, guys? If you want more information, send me a message to Nancy@businesssuccessunlimited.com. And until next time, Share this podcast and all of the others with your friends and colleagues. Let me know if there's a topic that you would like to hear going forward. And I just look forward to hearing from you, seeing you, and let me know that you're being productive, that you're getting out there, and that you're soaring higher. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye-bye.